Hello! Welcome everyone to A Ride to Die For. I am your DM for tonight. I am Spectral Haunts, but you can call me Spec. And I am joined today by three of the loveliest players you will ever meet. If you wouldn't mind introducing yourself and your character, starting from top to bottom.
Hi, I'm Chloe, and I'll be playing the fabulous Mr. Fox, who is a rogue Hausen.
Beloved.
Okay, so I'll be playing Amaranth Rosamel, and she's she's a pony. I forgot what type of toon she is. Damn it. And she's also a bard and a fighter. Level 2 bard, level 1 fighter.
We love her already. I literally have been holding gently this character since you sent me the sheet. And our third and final player.
Rune 01. I am playing Danny, my humanoid Frankenelli ranger, and he's vibing and he is just ready to go.
And, just hold gently. Hold gently. I'm holding all of you so gently.
Thank you.
All right. Well, in that case, I say we begin. Your three characters have found that they have won, on a random drawing, a ticket to a full paid vacation to the northern parts of Gisnep. We all love that. Right now, you actually find yourself in the middle of a train station because you were all told that this was the best way to get there. And so you've all met here, and you all were told to look for a very short and round little toon with the biggest, roundest cheeks. Do you want to make a perception and see how long it takes for you guys to find it? Because this is a busy train station.
Yeah, first roll of the game.
Woo! We're already starting off. I do actually, before I forget, I do want to put warning for all listeners. This game will, before I forget, will involve mentions of death, treating death in a light and humorous manner, and implied possible PC death. Don't worry, your characters will survive this. But I did want to put that warning out before we got any farther. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Come on.
Did that correctly?
Please. Oh, God. That's 2 threes.
Oh.
Okay. Well.
Danny, open your eyes when you're looking around.
This is already off to a wonderful start. I love this. So Mr. They're just all really tall toons. That's the reason Mr. Fox sees it so much faster.
Yeah.
He's able to see above the crowd.
Amaranth's on the short side.
Yeah, I know. Poor Amaranth and Danny are shorter than Mr. Fox. And Mr. Fox just sees above the crowd, and the rest is like, "There's a swarm of people. This is an actual sea of people."
Dang.
Sorry, I got the giggles now. Sorry, okay, I can do this. So Mr. Fox, you see this little toon standing kind of almost central in the station. But takes a couple of seconds pretty easily. But by the time you walked over there, that is about the time Amaranth and Danny, our beloved, actually see this. So there's probably another minute or two before all three of you are just surrounding this. It's just this little round toon, very circle shapes, UPN actually, and they smile up and you go, "So are you three the lucky winners?"
If that's what this ticket says, then yes, absolutely.
All right, well, that's perfect. And you too?
Yeah, I mean, sure. The ticket says we are. I mean, I am.
Danny takes a double take at his ticket to make sure it does say he's the winner, and he gives him a thumbs up.
I'd also like to mention here before we get any further, Amaranth and Fox actually know each other. We were.
Oh my
Gosh,
We just went on an
really?
adventure together. Yes.
I love that so much.
Yes,
And so I think
they
there's a
do.
little bit of a Spider-Man meme. As Amaranth starts talking, and Fox just looks down and just, what? Hey, I know you.
Amaranth, once you notices Fox, is like, "Hey, I know you."
What are the odds?
The little
Just in
toon
the
is
background,
smiling.
like, what the heck's going on?
Little toon smiling. Well, Dolly, look at that. You do. Well, in that case, I will take your 3 winner tickets, and I'll give you these 3 train tickets, and you can just show these at the end of the ride, and they'll give you directions right away to help you find your place. And they hold out 3 beautiful golden little tickets and present them to you guys to take.
Oh,
And in
perfect.
exchange, they have another handout.
Impressed.
In exchange, they take the other 3 tickets. Oh,
Just,
Are
I'm
we
just,
rolling for something?
I'm just
No, you don't have to
rolling
roll.
wisdom saving throw to see how much control Fox has, because shiny gold things and him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
That's a
no!
Oh
thing.
my gosh, I love this.
No.
He got 6, so I think he's not hiding his excitement too well, but he takes it a little too eagerly.
All right, then. Well, in that case, you guys can just head that way, and they quickly look at down on their wrist, and they see you watching, like, oh no, I am late for the other group. Well, you guys have fun. Your platform's in that direction, and hopefully you enjoy the trip. And they are gone.
He's quick.
So
Concerning, I think.
nothing wrong with that. So you look and you see the direction they pointed in, and there is a lot of toons. In fact, there's a really, really big crowd heading your way. And can I get a... Can I get a perception or a dex? I'll let you choose. It will affect how you respond to this incident, but I'll let you choose. Or you can do
Dex
both.
or
Perception
I'll do both.
for me.
Dex is. Dude, how do I? B23. Do I do hashtag Dex?
Yeah, you can do a hashtag if you want to. Oh, okay.
Oh, I
The
don't
plus
think I did.
How
3
did
was
it do
Ray.
that?
Plus 3 was okay. So the 6 is Amaranth, and the 8's going to be Danny. I don't know what you were. Okay, so Amaranth is rolling for Dex.
And then the
I did
Dex.
Dex. Sorry.
You can roll for Dex or Perception. I don't mind, or you can roll for both. Which seem like some very odd sets of rolling, but I promise there is logic behind that one.
I'm gonna do perception. I mean, he already
Cool.
failed his. Maybe he'll learn to open his eyes this time.
Ooh.
Little better.
All right. Well, in that case, we got one more roll.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. Don't apologize.
Alright.
We got all the time in the world.
Okay.
All right,
Danny opens
so
his eyes this time.
you all see coming from this crowd, in like the very lead are 3 very hurried toons. One has a hat box for a head. They're an object head toon, and they're kind of normal size. They're standing right next to a very short, round, and plump toon who has a giant axe on their back, and and on the other side of this hat box toon is a very tall and lanky toon with a long flowing dress, and they are not paying attention, and they run right into you. And for poor Amaranth who did make the dex save, you get straight up run over. And are instantly met with the tall, lanky toon in the dress, apologizing and taking your hand and going, I am so sorry about that. We are running so late. And they look at the other and like, we really should go. How have a good trip, and they're gone as well. And by the time this entire random encounter occurs, you realize most of the train station is starting to empty, and there's the whistle of trains starting to leave. So you probably should be finding your platform now. If you want, you can try and see where those 3 went, but they are already rushing off to their own train.
I think knowing Fox and the dad that he is, he's gonna be like, all right, you two, we need to go. We need to get on this train. We're not missing our train.
Sorry.
You can't.
Yeah, Danny's not. He's like not
You
gonna
can
like.
say that again. I'm not gonna miss our train.
Yeah, he's not gonna like bother the passenger. Yeah, you're right. Let's just go.
Well, in that case, you realize that there's a couple of platforms in front of you. There's platform 12 and platform 13, but you can't remember which one. Especially because both of them veer off around the corner, so you can't even see the platforms and can't try to look for a crouch. So if you want to check maybe your ticket and see what platform were you supposed to be going to again?
Yes, I will do that. Investigation, or?
You could just say you look down or you check or you pull out your ticket.
Oh yeah, Fox immediately just looks down, looking for information.
You look at your golden ticket, which has like a faint blue glimmer to it, and it says platform 13 in fancy written letters in the top corner. And so you're going to be taking a left here towards a seemingly quiet platform, but that's what the ticket does say, so.
And we were the only ones that won the ticket, supposedly. That we know of. I believe it's this way. And he starts
Oh my goodness.
running off. He's not losing you in the crowd, by the way. He's now making sure that all 3 of us get.
That's good, because while most of the crowd has dissipated because the trains are starting to leave, that was what you saw was like the final rush crowd. There is still a couple of stragglers, and there could be pickpockets and all that, so it's always good to stay as a group. So here comes the fun part. You keep going down this left hallway, and it seems this platform actually seems to be a little farther than what normally is. It's pretty separated, and the walls are starting to crumble a bit. And there's already vines growing over, but you can faintly hear the sound of almost whispering as you get closer. And when you arrive, you see that you are on the platform that is probably most likely on the edge of the train station. You can actually see the woods through the glass, and they're gnarly, and the tree roots are grasping, and there's nobody else on the platform at the moment. And then you hear this faint whistle in the background as fog begins to pour in through the one door, and there's the growing sound of an engine going chugga 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 chugga. And slowly from the fog, a single train emerges, the color of ivory and dark, deep crimson blue. And it seems to have this glimmer and shine, and it pulls all the way until you are standing right in front of the final train car. And let me grab the reference. As from this final train cart, a toon steps off. And he looks like this, if the reference will load for me. This is the man who steps off the train. And he has a little...
Are you feeling some kind of deja vu here? Fox? Fox?
Oh. What?
Are you feeling some kind of deja vu here? Does that look like a skeleton to you?
It does. I wonder if it's a relative of our old friend. Why don't we go ask?
And as you walk up, the conductor looks at you, and you see like a little name tag that says Bones on it. And he smiles and he says, "So, you are the final 3 passengers, aren't you?"
Fox checks his ticket one more time and just Yes, and holds it up.
All right. Well, I guess we better get a move on then. Don't want to be late. It's a big event after all. And best not to stay waiting. Time only flies by. And he looks down at his clock and says, "Are you ready?"
He gives another thumbs up.
Passengers for what?
Well, to hop on the train, of course.
Okay.
He gives a little
Yeah,
chuckle.
we're
He
ready.
goes, "All right, then. Sorry I'm so formal. Been a long shift, you know?" And he steps to the side and holds out a hand to help you up. And he's like, "All aboard, then."
Fox runs a paw over his head to make sure that he's all nice and his fur isn't ruffled from the dash through the crowd, and then takes his hand and gets up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks.
Amaranth doesn't really do the same thing, but she takes his hand and accepts the help up. Thanks.
You're welcome. I hope you enjoy the ride. And he looks at Danny and keeps the hand extended out politely.
Seeing Mr. Fox, like, grooming himself, he quickly takes out a comb and he brushes his own hair to make sure it's not all ruffled up after, running through that crowd as well. Puts it away, takes the hand, and pulls himself up and gives him a thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And with that, he gives a wave to the front engine as the train slowly begins to pull out, and he gently ushers you into the final cart. Which, when you enter, it is a very nice cart. The entire, like the outside, the entire inside is shades of blue, greens, purples, and whites. And it seems something out of your classic movie almost, with these intricate giant chairs and a couple crystals on the ceiling to make it everything shimmer and shine. And it's just beautiful. And he smiles and goes, "All right then. So if I could just have you 3 tickets, I saw them, but I must look at them and punch them just for formality's sake."
Oh, yes,
Of course.
and hands over his ticket.
Amaranth hands over her ticket too.
Danny does the same.
He
Or
gladly
hooks over her ticket.
He gladly takes that, and he begins to punch one hole into each. And it makes the little shape of a little skull, actually, the hole punch does. And he hands it back to you guys. And as he does it, you feel a sense of lightweightedness start to come up you as the train starts to rattle some. And slowly, you start to pick up speed until everything is smooth. However, as you start to pick up speed and the train rattles, you notice everything starts to get a faint green glow to it. And the conductor in front of you starts to become a bit more transparent.
Ooh.
And he looks down at these tickets and goes to hand them up, and he freezes. And can I get an insight?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Concern.
If I do this correctly.
Come on.
All right. Well, Danny and Mr. Fox, you instantly recognize be in these empty eyes of his. That man just experienced every emotion of panic possible in one moment. Amaranth, he seems a bit uncomfortable. And he looks at you all, and he takes a deep breath and goes, "You're not dead."
What?
Excuse me?
Danny's like, last I checked, no.
You're not dead. You're not dead. You're not dead. How did you get these tickets? And he shakes them up in the air.
We
What?
won them in some kind of contest. Were we gypped?
Our names were drawn, and we won these tickets, and then we exchanged them with this short little round guy. He gave us those, and
Oh no.
he's
Oh
got
boy.
alarm bells going off in his head right now. He's like,
Oh
what
boy.
else did I
Oh boy.
get into now?
You should not have these Who? Okay, cool. This is. He looks on the clock, looks down at his pocket watch, and goes, "Oh, fun. Okay, cool. You're not dead. You have the tickets of the dead. You should not be here. Okay. Well,
The tickets of the what?
the tickets of the dead. This train is. You may have noticed. The train you were on is not normal right now. And the fact that you were on it is honestly, frankly, a bit offensive to our whole system here. But this train is for the dead. Only the dead get on the train. Only the dead are supposed to be able to bring the train to them. We only arrive for the dead. So the fact that you are currently standing here in front of me, not dead, means a lot of problems for me.
Danny's just like, well, my parents always said I'm special.
Oh my god, Granny, my beloved.
Am I secretly undead?
Danny's like gasping, like, oh, maybe we are. He's checking his pulse. Let Casper have it. He looks almost disappointed.
You're not dead. You have the tickets, and he holds the tickets like I'm going to hold on to you. You stay here, and we will figure this out. Either way, everything will be okay once we're at the end of the line. Yeah, I know a few ways to handle situations like these. Totally, I am completely in control right now. He is not in control at all.
Danny's just like, oh, you had living people on the train before, so you've been to this situation.
There's this really quiet blink as a cricket goes off in the background. You do not know how a cricket got there, but he just stares at you as the cricket goes off and goes, I have this completely under control.
Mr.
Bones.
Mr.
R.M. Bones.
If, say, there were 3 other actual dead passengers that were supposed to be on this train that did not get on, what are the consequences for that?
I mean, I guess they will continue to roam the earth as, the dead while you take their place. And he just smiles with the biggest smile.
Fox is just staring. His ear just twitches like... He's not sure he heard that correctly.
Absolutely afraid, and like eyes are wide and bulging, and like, Dad, we get off this train. We need to get off this train.
You can not get off right now. I'm afraid we are mid-air. This is not. Oh boy, I will. Here you go. We'll make a little deal here. You stay here, and I will go up front and try and figure this out. In exchange, you stay here, and none of the other passengers know that I have living people on here, and I will hopefully be able to figure this out before we arrive. And it is the end of the line. And he starts to panic and very calmly, oh, headphones lost, brushes his coat off and smiles and goes, so, will you please stay here?
In exchange for what?
Danny had already walked to a window and it was open. He was like halfway like going out and he's like, oh yeah, we are up in the sky.
Yeah, you notice you are way up in the sky. You can actually see Anglo zooming below you.
Danny's got like one leg out and he's like leaning out like, oh, yep, okay. Not going out that way. He just dips back in and closes the window again.
Bones is looking at you in both a concern and fear. He's like, oh god, not only do I have a human on, not only do I have a living person on this living person on this train. Oh God, they're crazy too. Cool, great.
I said my parents always said I was special.
You are. He says this in the most like kind way. He means it in an affectionate way, but he's just like nodding. Okay, I believe it.
Fox like reaches out and puts a like hopefully comforting paw on like Bone's shoulder and just I'll make sure we all stay here. Don't worry.
Yes, of course. Okay, thank you.
Uh,
Thank you so much. I will. That's a nat 20. Chloe,
Yeah.
what?
He's lying. They're not staying there.
Oh my gosh.
That was a
Yeah.
deception check.
I'm not going to roll against that. That's a nat 20. The dice have spoken.
The
and I
dice
don't
have
have
spoken.
do not have a sheet for Bones. So, no matter
He's
what I
just
roll,
really
it would not
gosh
be
dang good at fibbing.
Oh God. Bones relaxes and goes, okay, at least you're reasonable. Okay, thank you. And he lets out a sigh and he's like, well, in that case, I will hopefully be back with your way off this train. And of course, I mean, he is a little lighthearted chuckle. I mean, you'll be getting off the train one way or another. We just hope it's your way and not mine. And he's gone. He goes through the door, and his spectral form disappears into the other cart until it fades too.
Oh, I was hoping to sing him a song or something to cheer him up.
I think he just needs to figure this out.
Daddy's like looking at this random menu and he's like, can we still order something on the train while we wait? The random menu that he just picked up. What? We're in VIP.
You're technically you're in the final cart. It does look like a VIP for almost any cart. There's probably one or two menus in there, but overall it's just a standard cart. Nothing crazy special. It's a caboose, really. So think yeah. So you guys can talk or do whatever. Or you can go after him. You have control right now.
Oh, as soon as Bones is like left, for sure, Fox is just gonna, woo! Alright, okay. Well, isn't this exciting? I mean, vacation was one thing, that's all fine, but it's so, you have vacation, it's boring, it's simple, but a train, a train for the dead, I mean, come on. This is riveting, right?
Oh
Absolutely. She's lying. She's riveting in an absolutely frightening way.
Daddy tries to give another one of his confident thumbs up, but you could totally tell that he is not confident at all.
Oh, he's like, okay, well, I mean, besides the whole we may die part, we don't need to think about that. Just live in the moment, right?
Funny
Live,
choice of
you
words.
live for a moment.
Thank you. That indeed.
If you want, you.
I would say Daddy's like gone to the windows again, and he's looking to see like if he could just find something like that could help them get off. He's just trying to find something that would just help them. He doesn't care what it is. He needs to get off this train. He needs to get them off the train too.
The side of the train seems to be mostly clear of anything on it. And you're way too far above the ground to consider jumping or anything. You are the most you could. It looks like you just saw a town below, but it was more of a speck on the earth.
Oh God.
Yeah, Daddy doesn't have enough rope for that.
That's a little bit above your standard adventuring pack rope.
Yeah. He's like turns around like, anybody else here have any ideas?
Well, I'm not sure we can wait for Mr. Bones, because what if he can't, what if he can't figure out a way out of this train in time?
Well, you are in luck, since you have with you a master escape artist.
My beloved.
Okay.
He's just too full of himself. Don't give him that much credit.
Yeah, Amaranth is like, considering your past record with the cave. He's not saying this out loud, though.
Good, beloved. I think
Danny's moved to the. Oh, sorry.
no, please go.
I would say Danny's moved to the door because, well, that's. I'm assuming that's probably the only other way out of the caboose that they're
Yeah.
in.
If you want, you can make a perception or investigation and see if you can find. Perception's probably better. See if you can find anything other than the main two doors. Because there is a door that the conductor went through, and then there's the door that leads to the open end of the caboose with the little railing and everything.
Oh
That's
no!
that one.
Outside again.
Nope. Nothing else.
Oh no!
Wow.
He even lost sight of the windows for a second.
Windows? What are those?
Yeah,
This is but a pitch black train car. There's actually only one door. It's the one the conductor went through. You don't even see the other door. You don't even turn around and see it. You're just like staring where the conductor went and was like, yes, that is the only way on and off. We totally didn't get on through a different door. There was only one door now. Magic. Magic.
Dang.
God, I love Danny so much.
Same.
He's a special little snowflake.
I think Fox walks over to the door that the conductor went through, and he doesn't go through it. He just stands next to it and puts his hands on his hips and goes, "Well, the way I see it, we have two options. One, we sit here and wait for our fate, quite literally, although, I mean, look around, it's quite a nice car, I may say. Or, we just, find our own way out, and I think the best place to start is through here."
Won't he get mad?
Ha! Only if he finds us.
I mean, there's a train. It's a train. There's probably nowhere else to hide.
You'd be surprised.
Gosh.
He agrees with that.
So, are you in?
Oh, Danny sure is.
Amaranth takes a while to think, but she's not sitting here on this train waiting for her death. She's gonna go with Fox and Danny.
Brilliant. And he opens the door.
All right. Before you leave, do anybody else want to make a perception check? Or even
Okay.
investigation?
I could try another perception, and hopefully, again, Danny's eyes, because he seems to like closing them when he looks around.
Fox should, but I don't think he is. Or if I do, I can take it on a disadvantage. Yeah, I'll do that.
Investigation, I think.
I forgot to do it twice. It's been so long.
Oh.
All right.
I did a perception.
Well, Amaranth, as the one with the highest perception, you're the one who notices it. There is a bag of gold sitting in one of the chairs.
Random bag of gold.
Yes, it seems to have been left by a passenger. I figured I'd see if one of you guys wanted to roll for that because I was here, and I was like, I don't want them to leave without that.
Danny's gonna test
Thank
it,
you.
like poke it to
Okay.
make sure like his finger like doesn't just go right through it.
No, you can't actually touch the bag of gold. Whoever wants to take it, it is a bag of
Yeah,
gold.
Amaranth is gonna take that.
Fox is
You-
just staring at it though.
Minus 2%.
He was
and
too busy looking at the rest of the car.
there is 15 gold pieces in it. So that is
Okay.
now yours, Amaranth.
Nice find.
Yay.
And now you may proceed to the next cart. When you open, you if you want to make a little deck save to see how well you can get between carts, because this is a train and it is moving, and there is that little gap thingy.
Oh,
And you look down, and the ground's moving very fast beneath you. That is quite terrifying. And you are very high up.
I mean,
Whew.
oh god, please, Danny.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, did he fall?
Hey, that time.
No, you're not gonna fall. I'm not letting you die.
Okay.
Not today. not this way.
Oh shit.
Okay, well, what happens is, it seems, is Mr. Fox, you jump across quite gracefully, nimbly, actually, and as leading the way, and you turn around just in time to see Amaranth and Danny start to slip as the train suddenly gives a lurch when they both of them move, and you lurch a hand out and you grab each of them with one hand and yank them over to the other side and to safety on the other cart. And now you may enter the other cart, where you find it is actually a luggage cart. I will send the image.
Oh.
And you see that there seems to be almost a pathway available, because you can see very faintly on the other end through piles and piles of glowing luggage that there is another doorway, but you can't quite get through. There's multiple giant pieces of luggage in the way. And I will warn you, the most common color blue is, everybody can see the different colors, right? I tried to make the colors noticeably different. Okay. The main color blue are luggages that you cannot move. They are packed, and they seem, if you try to push against them, they weigh a lot. But the ones that are specially colored are relatively normal size luggage that you can move or do whatever you wish to get them out of the way. There is, though, a small sign up on the side that says defense mechanisms in place to deal with those trying to rob from the dead.
Trying to what from the dead?
Rob.
Oh.
This is yes.
Daddy's wondering, like, why do the dead need luggage? Oh well. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
why was
judge. I'm not
why
dead.
why was there a random bag of gold? What's up with
knows?
that?
Who knows? It seems it was probably left by just a previous passenger, actually. You can assume that that plenty of people die, so plenty of people will be taking this train, most likely.
Yes.
One would assume.
Oh god.
So,
One would
how would
hope.
you like to find your way across the luggage cart?
So the light blue ones are the ones where we can't move.
The ones that, like, every color is that color. Those are the blue ones you can't move. The green tiles are where you can walk, and then the purples, the turquoise, and the darker blue, and then that really, really light blue are the ones that you can interact with either by pushing or whatever else you wish to do to them.
Like climb over.
Yes, climbing over. You will have to make a dex save for that, but you can. Based on how you try to move them will result in a different save. or get them out of your path, get rid of them, however you wish to deal with them.
Well, we're not gonna get rid of Dad's luggage. That's disrespectful.
I know what Fox is going to attempt to do because I assume he can almost see over, possibly. I don't know.
You can make out you can see a pathway kind of, but you realize that there are a couple boxes you just will not be able to get through, either because they weigh too much, or they're too sturdy, or they're too tall to climb around. So there is, but there you can try, but there seems to be a mostly the safest path possible that you will not disturb too much of the luggage.
Yes, good. Okay. Fox is going to attempt to move the dark blue in the left up toward that light blue. There's a little pocket that it
Yes.
can fit in.
Can I get a strength saving throw?
Yeah. Oh, his strong suit.
That works. You
All right.
managed to move it into that little pocket, and so you've managed to actually make a little pathway up to the light blue one. I do not have a. I can move the picture if needed, or we can that. But yes, you now have a nice little pathway formed,
Great job, Fox.
Ah, thank
and
you.
you're presented with your. This is how it looks now. So I'll be updating this for you, so that you can keep track if you want.
Thank you. Brilliant. Someone else want to take a go?
Okay, so Amaranth is going to push the. Is that like a light green?
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. The next box.
Into the corner.
All right. Can I have another strength saving throw?
Okay. That would be okay. D20. Oh, come on.
You are not.
Amaranth the
You're
bird
not.
pony. She's supposed to be stronger than this.
I'm afraid you push on it and you push on it, and there's like a little squeak, and it moves like halfway up into the next box, but it's still blocking your path. I'll give you that much because you did try.
Can we help
Thank
out?
you.
You can help out. You can help out and allow for rolling in advantage, or you guys can roll for strength yourself.
I will give advantage, actually.
Right, so, Ray, you can roll again because
Okay.
Mr. Fox will be helping you, and
He's gonna help.
Shadowrun, if you want to roll strength or if you just want to help out and add to the advantage, either way.
Do a roll.
You do roll, you do strength, all right.
Okay.
That's a strength.
Nice.
Oh, yep, that passes. So you're.
Probably doesn't need to roll.
Yeah, sorry.
It's all right. Hey, no, we can say that all three of you work together to do this.
Perfect.
Okay.
You see Amaranth struggle a little bit with this luggage, and you guys decide to all stand next to her and push with a great gift shove. And it's a big piece of luggage, but together the three of you are able to push it all the way into the little corner, and you've made even more paths.
Nice work, team.
Yeah. Alright. So that light purple one is the one in the way, right?
Yes.
Alright. Danny, can I roll for Danny to pull that and like push it back like where the lighter color tile was pulled out of?
You can.
Right. So strength.
That would be a strength. Yes, that is a strength.
Come on, Danny. I know you're special, but
You get it. Here's the problem. You do manage to move it. A good amount. But you manage to move it into this position right here. So since you got pretty close to the saving throw. Still in the way, but it's a lot closer than before.
help.
Should we
I
help?
love that. You can help. You can
Yeah.
help.
Okay.
Like I said, there's a million ways to solve the puzzle.
So did you want to help, or should we try climbing over this thing instead?
I think Fox is going to try to take it the rest of the way. If possible.
You do. That makes it.
Yeah.
All right. Then the purple boxy is now over here. And this is your pathway now.
Nice.
Hooray!
You got lots of stretching room now.
Now, the purple, dark purple.
Yes. That will be your next obstacle.
Push it into the little corner right next to it. The little. Or wait, we could just go this way. No, wait, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, you can go.
Yeah.
No, I
We
think
can
You
push
can
it down
go.
and to the left.
yeah.
Or you can go here. I don't know how to say it. Down 1, right 3, up 1.
But that may lead to some consequences because we still have one to figure out after that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. So, yeah, the dark purple box. Gonna move that to the left.
All right.
Push it down to the left. Now, stay. Done.
Yes, that is still strength.
Oh.
That makes it.
Nice.
You actually do that one very quickly. That one's just a very easy. It's a bit lighter of a box, and you're able to just pop it right into place. So now we have the luggage cart looking like this.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
You're
Yeah,
almost there.
Fox is going to go and try to move that light turquoise up into that little alcove above it.
All right. That will be the final strength saving throw, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Nope,
Ah!
not the
No.
final strength. You tug it and get it halfway-ish into the box closest to you, but it's still blocking the way, the portion.
Danny will help him.
Yes. I'm gonna have him roll advantage again.
All right.
Hey, thanks.
Mr. Fox, you have a second try. Your path to redemption. That one makes it.
Yay!
Danny comes over and just stands next to you, and together you two give a giant yank and then a push, and you all have managed to make a pathway through the luggage chart. You solved the puzzle.
We solved the luggage puzzle.
Round of applause.
Woohoo!
All right, and you are now able to go through the other door.
Yes.
Fox, just for kicks and giggles, is going to make one more final perception check to see if there's any more bags of gold laying around. Because now that he knows that there's one, there has to be more.
With
There
that dirty
doesn't have to be more. He just wants more.
With that dirty 20, Mr. Fox, I'm afraid to tell you there is no more. There is no more gold of access to you. You could probably sense some gold in that light turquoise box that you just put up, but it's under lock and key.
He thought about it. He thought about getting it. He thought about trying, and then he went, nope. Nope. Not stealing from the dead, not stealing from the dead, not stealing. Keep moving forward.
Danny would
Yes,
have
that is
dragged him away if he saw him trying to do anything. It's like, nope, nope, nope.
that is extremely
We don't need to
taboo.
be
Could've
And
stopped
cursed
him if
any
he
more than
did.
what we don't need to be
that is
cursed any more than we have now.
So have you all exited the luggage cart?
Yes, I believe so.
I will tell you now, good job on none of you breaking or stealing from the boxes, because there would have been dire consequences.
Fox thought about it. Fox thought about it a lot.
I'm glad you didn't, Fox, with you that would have hurt you later on in this.
Yes.
The next cart, I'm not gonna make you make decks again. I'm guessing by this time you've learned from your mistakes the last time. Once again, Mr. Fox does go the quickest across and helps a little bit, but this time when the train lurches, you guys manage to get well, and you go into the next cart and are instantly met with the smell of food. And you realize you've entered the dining cart, and you can instantly hear the sound of bickering. And you look over at there's a table sitting right smack in the middle. There's a couple tables, but this is the only table filled, and there are two ghosts who seem to be in a heated argument. One of them is, I could best describe as the aesthetic of those abandoned train stations that are overgrown with ivy, that like metal and plant mixture. That's what it looks like. They're wearing this nice adventuring set that's been overgrown with plants, and the other toon, which they happen to be arguing with, is wearing a bit of traveler's, almost like desert garb, and has a bit of rust and sand, and they also have that. But however, despite this, they are also the same blue, green, purple palette as the train and the conductor. And like I said, they are currently caught in a very heated argument.
Can we listen to what the argument is about?
Yes, you can. Do you want to make?
Also curious.
I'll let you make perception.
Investigation? Oh, okay, perception.
Perception or investigation? You can argue for both.
That's
My end.
okay. So investigation is brilliant perception. So
All right. Well, Danny and Mr. Fox, you can hear the entire argument. Amaranth, you hear most of it. You can get the gist of it, which is you hear, I cannot believe after all these years you still think that you know a lickety split about anything. To think that that would be the answer to such a... I should have killed you millions of years before I did. I don't care if you weren't alive millions of years ago. I should have done it. I would have found a way. You have been insufferable since the day we met. You've been insufferable since the day we died. And then he's instantly met with, oh, and you think you're so smart, don't you? Look at that little thing. Well, look at where we are, sitting on the train for the dead. If you just let me do anything, oh, everything would have been so much easier. But no, you had to go talk about the plant and the wildlife and all that disgusting nonsense. No, you couldn't just let me do anything. No, you're a goody two-shoes is what you are, and a goody two-shoes who doesn't know anything. I am right and you are wrong. That is the end of the discussion, and they are just going on.
That was brilliant, by the way, Spec. I loved that. Thank you.
Oh gosh, thank you.
Emref's just trying not to laugh now.
I tried to warn you, shenanigans were the goal of the day. Good.
I guess Danny kind of like went up to these two, just kind of like nodding and agreeing along with them, like, yeah, you tell them, oh yeah, you have a point there.
The two of them are so caught in the bickering they don't realize until they suddenly just pause and in perfect sync turn their heads and go, who are you? In perfect sync. And then they glare at each other like, how dare you speak at the same time as me?
Oh,
Just 3 passengers like yourself.
A lot like myself, says the one in the more earthy, has like the plants on him. The one, like I said, is like abandoned train station aesthetic. You are nothing like us. Now, I may not be as stupid as my acquaintance next to me, and he points to the other one and does like a little hands up, like you don't bother with that one. But you are not dead. Must be nice. You are in fact very living. Yeah. So I don't think you're quite like me. What are you doing here, actually?
We were mistaken to come here. Like
Fox
little-
puts like a hand over her mouth and we are hired to help. We are helping on this train. If you need anything, let us know. We are here to serve you.
This is beautiful.
Looking at him like, why?
Danny was about to tell them, it's like, oh yeah, we died, but then we got better.
I can roll another deception if you want.
Hello.
Hi, Spec? Spec?
Spec?
God, I think my
Spec?
Discord's dying.
Oh no! Spec!
No.
Hold up.
First we have the
Who can hear me?
train, then we have the people on it, and now the mic is dying. No.
This is the train for the dead, so.
Okay. I just lost Discord for about 5 seconds there. So what happened after Mr. Fox covered up the mouth, because Discord died for me?
Okay, so Amaranth just looks at him like, why?
Did you hear what he said? Did you catch that bit?
No, nothing.
Oh, no.
Literally, you went to cover Mr. Fox's hand, and I saw my voice connected drop to 0 bars, and I went, no. Why?
No.
I'm so sorry. I tried checking in, and I was like, and that's when I sent the text. I was like, wait a minute, I just realized my Discord is dying.
It's fine. I'm an actor. I can do it again. Yeah, he covered Amaranth's mouth and went like, we are helping on this train. We are helpers, and we are here to serve you. So anything you need, let us know.
Gonna say, like, Danny was coming up with his own lie. He was about to say something along the lines of, like, oh yeah, we did die, but then we got better.
He should absolutely still say that, please.
Oh yeah, we died. We just got better, but yeah. Well, now we're kind of stuck on the train. So.
Must be nice to get better. I'd gladly take my life back. Then I can finally finish my business that this moron stopped me from doing. Says the planty one as he gives a little glare to the other one who currently responds, Oh, your business was a bunch of baloney. It was a bunch of hogwash, I say. You want to talk about no, my business is the one that needs to be complete. The business you stopped me from doing. And they start to bicker before one of them realizes and says, oh, wait, hold up. You said you're here to help us, right? You said you're here to help us, correct?
Yes, absolutely. What can I do for you? What can we do for you?
Amaranth just keeps glaring at him.
He's like trying to ignore her in the kindest way possible.
You see the beads of sweat.
Yeah.
Like, what did you drag us into?
In that case, the one with the plants on his outfit starts to talk before he's instantly interrupted by the other. He's like, "This," inserted by the other one, the more dusty looking, goes, "This idiot, Mister Locke here, thinks that that this riddle, which we have been presented, should be his answer, which it's obviously not. My answer is much more correct. The riddle is, what does man... It's from this newspaper we found. We can't find a newspaper anymore, so we can't even find the answer to it because somebody decided to check the window for a breeze. Mister, I need nature, I need air, I need God, you need to shut up for about 5 seconds, I say. But no. So what does man love more than life, hate more than death or mortal strife? That which contented men desire, the poor have, the rich require. The miser spends, the spendthrift saves, and all men carry to their graves. And I will be dropping that in the chat so that you
Oh,
guys
good.
can
I was
see
trying to
that.
write it down. Thank you.
I want to say love.
The one
Money?
with the in response to the statement love, um, somebody started
I was
talking.
saying, or money?
Okay. The one with the plants goes, that's what I said. I said love should be the answer, and it was obviously the answer, but and then you suggest his answer, money, which I completely disagree with. It is obviously love. I mean, love is the most majestic feeling. You should, of course, all men would take it to the grave, to which Flint, the earthy one, interrupts and goes, "Excuse me? Thank you very much. All men take money to the grave. I've seen that animus play. I've seen it very much. Thank you very much. And I know very well that the entire point of it is that too many people take money to the grave. Unlike you, I am cultured and actually pay attention to the modern standards of the day." As a DM, I will tell you that is not, neither of those are in fact the answer. If you want to make it
Yeah.
intelligent,
Mhm.
I can give you a hint because it is. I understand you may not know the riddle, which is absolutely valid. I would not have known the riddle before this. So, like I said, you can roll intelligence, you can roll wisdom, you can roll investigation, you can roll anything you want.
All three of those. No.
Fox is in deep contemplation. He's actually doing the whole thing where he like kind of is staring into space, like moving his hands around, like trying to think about like he's thinking very hard about this.
And you said we
Promises.
could roll what you said, intelligence or investigation?
Intelligence, investigation, wisdom. Honestly, I will let you roll anything if you can make an explanation for it. History, I guess. God, what are all the different rolls? Insight.
Um,
Honestly, if you wanted, I'd even let you argue performance or persuasion or deception and try to make up your answer. Whatever you want to do.
I have an idea. I don't know if Fox would though. I mean, he's pretty good at riddles. I'll roll intelligence anyway to see if he can connect to my brain across the whatever plane of existence I'm controlling him from. That's a 12.
Did
It's
Fox
up to
let
you, Spec.
Amaranth go, by the way?
Yes. Oh, yeah. As soon as it was kind of more about make sure she doesn't continue talking, and then if she wasn't going to continue talking, yeah, let her go.
Okay.
What was the question, Chloe?
Oh, I rolled intelligence to see if Fox can have the same brainstorm that I had trying to figure out this riddle. And you got a 12, so that's up to you, because I have an answer, but...
I will let you say the answer because that's really close to the saving throw for me to give you the hint. So I'll let you say it.
Okay. Nothing?
That is the correct answer.
Oh my goodness.
The answer is nothing.
I think, just for
Hey,
flavor, Fox just is doing this thing with his hands, and he just pauses. And he looks over at the two of them, and he just... It's nothing, isn't it? He just
And
grins.
they freeze and they look at each other. And then Locke, the other one, the Dirt 1. I think I accidentally mixed them up earlier during the second time I used their names because, God, I love these two, but their names get me sometimes. Rock goes, well, I knew that the whole time. I was only saying money to convince him that he had a chance of that he was not the most stupid one, even though he obviously is the most stupid one. And then, which is instant followed by Flunk going, oh, no, I knew that from the beginning. I knew it was nothing because I'm obviously the genius of us two. So I was taking pity on you. You know I'm such a good. You shot me. That's not the point here. The point here is I'm the good soul of us two. You are the opposite of the good soul. You self-righteous over. And they are back to bickering, but they don't seem to be bothering you two anymore.
Danny's like gone back to the like nodding along with both of them, like, yeah, you tell him. Like, oh hey, he's got a point there. He's just doing the whole thing all over again.
Fox is just still too proud of himself.
I did hear about this riddle before, actually. My brain just stopped for a second.
It's honestly, a lot of riddles are like that. You'll hear it, and then unless you've heard it like 5 million times, your brain does not always catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it takes. That's the reason I told you I will allow for like a million different ways to solve it, because I know riddles. The thing about riddles is they are not always easy, and this was meant to not be an easy riddle.
Very
so
true.
Congratulations on
Good.
solving. You may do whatever you wish in this dining cart if you want.
May I make a perception check? Yeah, is there food?
I
There
will.
is.
I will too.
You guys notice a couple pieces of food. Most of the food seems to be the stuff on their plate, which is sitting in front of Flint is a half-eaten salad, also very ghostly looking. And sitting in front of Locke is a rock.
Perception.
Interesting.
If you look over at the counter in the dining room, because I imagine there's like a little bar counter with a little table surrounding it. You notice there seems to be a couple of plates out. There is a fish made of bones, none of the meat on it. There is a apple with a skeleton. A ghost worm. I forgot worms don't have skeletons for about 5 seconds there. There's a ghost worm in it. kind of chewing on it quite nonchalantly. Gives you a look whenever you look at him. And there is one bottle of what looks like water.
What looks like water. That's not suspicious at all.
Can Danny poke these items, see if his finger goes through any of them?
Yes, you can, and your finger goes through the food in front of the two ghost men, who instantly start sputtering. They can't even talk. They're like, "How the audacity of youngins these days! Thinking they can just touch my food. I cannot believe. And I thought you were horrid. Oh my god, the audacity. But with the apple, you can touch it. The ghost worm does look at you with the most just glare and starts to go towards your hand, but just passes straight through it before scurrying into the apple upon realizing you are not dead. The bone fish you can touch, and the water, which I will tell you right now, it's just sparkling water because they're fancy here in the dead.
Danny takes the sparkling water.
Good.
I love those two ghosts.
I know, me too.
Bones, right?
The audacity.
The audacity.
And you said you could touch the fish bones, right? Or is that also ghostly? I said, did he? You said he could also touch the fish bones?
He can touch the fish bones.
Oh, he can. Okay.
He can. Those are still physical.
Right, he pokes it, shrugs, and he just picks the whole thing up and swallows it whole.
Oh,
God, I'm hungry.
Amaranth is just like, okay, don't do that again.
Fox just has a finger and he just opens his mouth.
I understand, but that's not real food. I could have baked you a cake.
Yeah,
Fox just.
worse.
Well,
I feel like the two men are now actually kind of looking at you in a bit of like respect. There's some respect in their eyes now.
you have earned their respect by eating a fish bone.
This is the quietest. This is the quietest they've been this entire time. They're just staring at you.
He just like looks around, he's like, is there any more?
You can check.
And then, well, Daddy probably shouldn't waste time eating so much.
Yes, you do. You do have a time limit. It seems.
Yeah.
As you can slowly
Yeah.
see, the sun is starting to set in the distance.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
Oh no.
The day is dying.
Oh
Daddy,
no.
And
like,
I'm
looks at
guessing
me like,
so
oh,
will we
sorry,
if
did
we
you
don't get
guys
off this
want that?
train.
Okay. Alright.
Right.
So, move on to the next character.
Yeah.
If you want, we can. This would actually be a perfect time for a break because we're about a good hour in,
Oh, okay.
and I'm
Oh
starting.
yes.
I will be honest; those two grumpy men, my beloved, do hurt my throat a bit. So I will be taking a water break here.
Okay.
Go have water. We shall all have
So
water.
meet back in about 8 minutes to
Perfect.
give plenty of time to on the 20. See you all then.
I will pause
Alright.
recording.
Okay, whew, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello.
I actually
I'm
have
back.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, go.
Okay, I actually have a song by Waterflame that I was reminded of during the break.
Mm-hmm.
But and it's called Ghost Train.
I feel like I've heard it before because I think I remember when I first mentioned this concept to someone, they mentioned the same song. So if you wouldn't mind, if you could send that, and I can make sure it's the same song. But I do
Yeah,
actually remember somebody mentioning this to me. At least a song called Ghost Train when I first ran this idea, because yeah, the concept of a ghost train has been there for since the very beginning of this idea.
Mhm. I'll send it in the Coconut Gallery.
Cool.
Oh yes, I love the ghosts so very much.
Let's see if this is the right song.
I have to know. Is there a number of passengers on this train?
Is there what?
Is there a specific number of passengers on this train?
Let me actually check. Let me count. It is not 13, if that's the question you're wondering.
No, okay. I just didn't know how big it was, and if there was 999 happy haunts, I was gonna throw something. But that's
I'm
better.
afraid there is not 999 passengers at this location.
I don't know how big this train is. But
This
also,
train, I will.
I see what you did there at this location. I am interested. Mhm.
Anybody hey, listen to the people who have been following up with me for the past 3 months that I've been casually talking about this, because I have actually been mentioning this game and my plans for it very spread out through the past 3 months, which is how nobody managed to connect the plot. Luckily, I have some surprises up my sleeve here.
Ooh.
Good.
Ooh.
That Hatbox tune better come back. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, we love that box too. At the end of this, I may ask how many references you catch.
I'm writing down the ones that I do catch, or at least some of them.
And I wonder if you'll catch any of the outside references. It is time, it seems.
Mm-hmm.
Unpause recording.
Everybody self-care?
Yep.
Yep.
Alright then. In that case, you sense a chill run down your spine, and you realize it is getting very late into the day, and the sun is beginning to set, casting its golden glows over the green hues of the train. And as you move on to the next train cart, and you can faintly hear the sound of ticking in the background before you realize it's just the rattle of the train. But you move on into the next train cart, where there is a tall toon, dressed in a suit, standing in front of a lady toon who seems to be sitting. This seems to be another passenger train, just another passenger cart. He is standing next to her while she sits, and she has her head up in the air as she is sniffling with little tears running down her cheek. And he seems to be talking to her.
Amaranth wants to help her. She doesn't like tears.
Oh,
Maybe they should listen to what's going on first before they.
Fox is going to pretend to do something else while he listens in. I don't know what. I don't know what's around here.
You hear this from the man. Mrs. Crowsbart, please, you know how your tears wound me. Please, it is not that far. I understand you, but please, you know I am here for you. I did, and he starts to, they start to stumble and rub the back of their neck, and they're like, I've always been here for you, and you know that. But please, I understand you miss your family, and especially your father. But you know that they couldn't come with us for obvious reasons. Please, I'll do anything to make you laugh, just to see you smile again. Please, you, please, just talk. Just look at me.
Danny was like gonna come up and chime in, but now he's just uncomfortable. You could see him
Amaranth
kind of come
just
into view, and he just kind of slides back out again, like, "Oh, I ain't
Yeah.
going over."
Amaranth's like she acts like she's putting on a hat, or she's yanking up her shorts and like is like her time has come. My time has come. And she walks up to them.
You go, pink pony.
Listen, when I saw your character and I knew I had this puzzle written, I was like, this is gonna go wrong. Great. Um, as you walk over, the taller Toon in the suit looks over and he goes, "Oh, living people? Oh dear. You're not supposed to be here, right? That's now is probably not the good time." And they actually walk over to you, leaving the lady behind who is now sniffling and dabbing her cheeks with a handkerchief very delicately. He walks over and he goes, what are you doing here? I'm sorry, I didn't talk to you over there, but she's very distraught right now, and I can't seem to cheer her up, and I didn't know if having a conversation about something so out of the normal would help.
Don't worry, we're here to help. She's taking on Fox's idea.
Good. He gives her a good, proud dad smile.
Um, and wait, you can help? Do you think you could help me make her laugh? Once she starts laughing, she always cheers up, and every time we have to have this conversation, she gets upset, which is awfully right. So, but once I get her laughing, she always cheers up, and I'm normally so good at that, but I don't know. She just seems more distraught this trip. I think it's because it's the Animus season, and it just all the emotions just. So, do you really think you could help?
As I can. I'm
That's
here
what
to
we're here
make
for.
people smile. That's all I'm here to do.
They let out the biggest sigh of relief and go, "Oh, thank you. I'm Mix Gracie, by the way. Thank you so much for this. Anything I can do to help. I was a comedian in my lifetime, and so I will try my best to help. But yes, you do. You do what you can, and you now have advantage on trying to make her laugh because you now have Mix Gracie's help.
Awesome.
So you can improv, you can roll, you can do whatever. Your goal is just to make Mrs. Crowsbark laugh.
So Amaranth is going to do something a little crazy. She's going to what was it that her I'm trying to think of what her counterpart does. It's been a while since I watched it.
I mean, if
We're
you
talking
need
Help
about
me
that
out
movie.
here.
talk about the party cannon thing?
She
'Cause
doesn't
I
have
like
that anymore, but
anymore. Oh,
she still has her other powers.
I will be honest. I haven't watched it in like 5 million years.
That's fair.
Balloon. Maybe balloon.
Does anybody remember?
Balloons, cake, singing.
I mean,
I
I don't know
remember
if you
she
have
would
the
pop out of
crocodile.
places. I remember she would
Yeah.
like.
She could teleport.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that. So, if you want, you can make something up. Rule of funny, after all. This train card is ruled by rule of funny now.
Okay.
Go off.
She's gonna start pronking up to the lady and give a big smile.
The
Pull
lady's
a
gonna
banjo out of her. She doesn't really have a banjo, but let's go with it.
rule of funny. Go off.
Out of her mane and just start singing at the top of her lungs and playing her banjo beautifully.
Can I get a
And she's gonna
performance?
dance around real funny, like popping out of
Performance with
places
advantage.
that people normally can't be in.
I love this so much.
This is so good.
Is it possible to give a 3-way advantage? Because I love that. Extra on top of the already existing advantage. I just love that. 3-way advantage there. DM, I call the rules.
Roll,
Thank
roll,
you.
roll.
Roll it. Okay.
Rolling. Yeah. Roll performance. You have 3. You can do it 3 times. Lucky number 3. 3rd time's charm.
Special advantage.
Yeah, you get special advantage because not only do you get advantage from getting helped, you get advantage because I love this idea with all my heart and soul. So
Yeah.
what does the 3rd die say? Oh boy.
Dang. Then.
Woo! You luckily you actually did pass the saving throw though, twice. 2 of those actually passed it. You hear this Mrs. Crowsbark looks over at you and her lips curl up and she watches you jump around and sing, and a little bit of light starts to return to her eyes before she lets out the softest little giggle. And you see Mix Gracie's eyes just light up like the stars as they see this, and they're like, it's her laugh again. And Mrs. Crowsbark goes, oh, this is quite lovely. Thank you. And she starts to dab away her cheeks. She's like, I haven't had a giggle like that in a while. You're very good at this, aren't you? Have you played for long?
All my life. Pretty much all her life, pretty much. She's been at this since she was a filly.
Oh. Well, you truly have a talent. I'm glad if and Mixed Gracie walks over and says, she's right. If you ever need a show in the afterlife, I know a few people. I could talk. Thank you so much. I really didn't know if I'd be able to get her to laugh again. And you guys can interact anymore if you wish. But the two seem to be much happier. Mrs. Crowsbark is still dabbing her cheek occasionally, but she's managed to calm down enough that Mix Gracie is now able to tell some jokes, which you quickly realize are just your run-of-the-mill jokes. He seems to have lost. They seem to have used up all their good jokes earlier before you came up. You catch one really bad pun, which ends up making Mrs. Crowsbark roll her eyes before she gives out the smallest little giggle. And you catch Mix Gracie blushing a few times whenever she starts to giggle, but they seem to both be in a much better mood now.
I love this.
Amaranth is smiling so big right now. This has been her dream.
Oh,
Well, you've done it. You've managed to make Mrs. Crowsbark laugh, and you've managed to make Mix Gracie very happy too. They really needed the help there. So, do as you wish.
Danny's gonna move to the next cart.
Yeah.
They're running out of time.
Yeah, as
Yes.
much as
It's
he wants to
heartwarming and
stay to
all,
make
but
sure they're all right, they're running out of time here. Very
Yes.
much.
Mhm.
And you actually noticed the way that Mix Gracie's eyes are lit up reminded you of stars. And the moment you walk out, you realize that the sun has finally set and the stars are twinkling above you. The only light is coming from the glow of the train beneath you. As the smoke, as the fog that you can now see is coming from the funnel of the train, billows out over the sides and falls to the ground, almost like clouds. And you are now standing in front of, I do not know what it's called, but the thing that holds the coal, except for if you want to make a perception check, you're standing in front of that thing that holds the fuel for the train. That's right behind the train engine. I'm trying to think of words right now. I'll call it the fuel cart for now. That is right in front of you, but there is no door on it. So if you would like to make a perception or investigation.
Maybe investigation.
Yeah.
I got a 2 on that one. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
You
let me. Sorry,
you
I like
both
pause.
yeah, you can do it. Go right on ahead. All right. All three of you do notice that along the edges seems to be a little bit of a pathway that you can step with little handlebars so that you can walk along the edge of the fuel cart. And Mr. Fox and Amaranth, you notice this a little bit faster. There is not fuel in this fuel cart like normal fuel, like coal. There's oats and wheat instead.
Oh.
Oh. I think I'm starting to get this. Like, wheat and oats are technically living, right?
Um,
Are they solid?
I understand where you're going with this. That is not the direction I meant to take it in, but I will so run with that. accidental symbolism right there. Cool. No, they seem to be ghostly. They do seem to be ghostly wheat and oats, though. Not alive anymore. Or
Uh,
you
hmm.
call into question how you're able to make ghost wheat and oats. It's quite interesting. There's probably some like magic involved here. Obviously magic's involved here. You're on a flying train, but there seems to be a bit of extra magic involved behind the scenes.
Yeah, I was more like thinking like coal is not really living, so it would make sense for a ghost train to run off living things.
That's actually really smart. And you actually are really close to the honest truth, but I will not tell you the honest truth yet. So,
Ooh.
Is there any way Fox can try to grab like a piece of wheat?
you can, if you want.
Do we need to roll for that, or
Yeah, roll sleight of hand.
Just say if Danny could also do that, but he's like crouching down, looking at this, like, and he's like seems to be deep in thought, like he's trying to ponder why it's there. But then he just stands up and it's like, "We had a bunch of sugar and milk. We can make cereal out of this." That's all he has to say.
Hungry, aren't you?
That's all he has to say about that. Oh, he's gonna
It's some
try to defeat.
ghost milk for your ghost wheat.
Yum.
What is a complete breakfast?
Fox is literally just
You
gonna
like me
put it.
hungry, aren't you? I don't have to
Danny
make
is
you a
hungry.
cake after this. Amaranth says with a smile.
Danny's like trying to. Danny's gonna try to scoop it up and try to eat.
Did you roll sleight of hand? Okay, Chloe did right. Okay,
I did,
yes,
yeah.
you're able to steal a little bit, and whenever you pick it up, there is a slight shudder before it materializes into actual oats and wheat in your hand.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, he was going to pocket that for later.
And then, whenever I want to see how this roll goes to eat the mystery, wow, you get a whole handful of this stuff. And you
He won't
eat it.
eat it. But,
You won't
okay,
eat
yeah,
it?
he'll eat
Okay, thank you. Okay, you're not eating the
it.
mystery.
Yeah, he won't eat
Not
it.
eating the
Just
mystery
because,
dust.
because now that I see that it's like turning back into like real, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. It turns back into
Yeah.
just normal wheats and oats.
This might be good.
Which I hope are the right
I
plants. I
better
just
put it in
realized.
Why
my
would a train?
inventory.
But Amaranth is like, why would a train need something like this for fuel?
Well, I believe we might be able to find out if we scoot up around it. And yeah, he's gonna try to make his way to get to the other
Can I
side.
get one more one more perception from everyone?
All right.
Because the first perception investigation was to see if you could find a way around this. The second one's for a different reason.
Whew.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
God damn it.
Danny and Amaranth, you don't notice anything, but Mr. Fox, which is actually very in character, you hear Mr. Bones coming around the left side of
Oh God.
the fuel cart.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
you have the right side available, but you might want to start moving.
Yeah. I think there's just a second where like his ears start twisting back and forth, almost like a radar, and he just like perks up, and then he's like, "We need to get going. Follow me." And he starts trying to, obviously in a rush, get across around the right side.
Can I get a dex saving throw from everyone?
Oh. And Plinkle's like, you hear bones rattling in the distance.
Woo, woo, woo. Woo, woo. Okay.
It's a bone rattling.
Yes, there's just the rattling of bones, the ominous rattling of bones. You can hear the faint sound of boss music in the background.
You hear bones rustling in the background.
It's the opening bone like riff of like the original Spooky Scary Skeletons, you know, the like
Yes. All right. In an almost opposite turn of events from the first time you guys try to travel, Mr. Fox, you are in such a hurry, you start to slip and are as you're rounding the edge, and as you reach out to catch the bar, you're actually caught one hand each by Danny and Amaranth, who are holding on to the edge, and you three freeze as you see Conductor Bones go around and end up in the back and has not seen you and does a little sign and goes, oh gosh, okay, I will, okay. I can't stop the train or else it won't run on time. So I will just politely tell them and it will be all fine. It will be all fine. I am being honest with them. This is not my fault. I will not have their lives on my conscience. This is all fine and dandy. And then he goes to the train cart. And you guys are able to finish going around the fuel cart and find yourself in the engine of the train, which is gleaming with ivory. And it's very intricately done. There is no person running it, but you do notice that there is a fiery station glowing with blue fire, like blue turquoise fire, where the ghost oats are burning.
Can't stop the train, huh? I guess.
No,
Amaranth's like,
he won't stop the train.
Ah.
So
terrified.
it can stop. He just won't do it.
All we need to do is find the break.
Yeah.
But won't that stop the others?
It'll just be a little
Maybe we
late.
could find some kind of parachute in here. She's desperate.
I guess we'll roll. Then we'll roll perception. Just to look
Okay.
around, see if we can find anything else.
Roll perception.
Oh.
All right. Both of you noticed a break, but there are no parachutes or anything like that. There is just you do notice one giant lever that appears to be the brake. Sorry, not it's actually located above you at the very tippity top, and you notice there's no parachutes, there's nothing. It's just the controls, the one brake, and the engine fire.
Go up. And he's gonna reach up to see if he could grab the brake.
Can I get
We
a
would get in
strength?
such huge trouble with this.
Can I get a strength saving throw very quickly?
Okay. He was just gonna see if he could actually reach it. Is it really far above him, or?
I can say you reach it. Toon logic.
Okay.
If you want, you can pull it. If you do, I'm just going to use strength saving throw.
Okay. Wait, before he does that, he's gonna actually ask the rest of them. He's like, should I or anybody here want to stop me?
Well, the way I
I
see
made
it, we don't have many other options, do we? And I'm not dying on this train.
Okay. Looks at Amaranth.
I'm not dying either, but if we can find some other way,
There's no parachutes
I
on
don't
here.
want to stop the others from getting to their destination.
Well, that's sad for them. However, conductor's probably just gonna allow us to just die just to keep on his schedule. I mean, they're still gonna get to the afterlife, just a little late. We don't need to go there, but he's gonna send us there anyway. So,
Yes.
all right.
You know what? Do it.
No, it's not that great.
All right. It was close, so I will let it pass because that was a very touching moment of you guys discussing that. You have to put both your feet on the roof, and this is very tuning moment of you yanking it, and you pull it, and you feel this lurch as the train stops, followed by a crack as the handle snaps in your hand as you pull it to a stop. And two things happen at the same time. First, you look down and realize you are now holding the broken handle of the brake, which has been pushed into stop. Second, you feel the train begin to plummet.
Oh no.
Oh,
I need you all
God.
to make a dex saving throw right
I made a goof.
We didn't think this through, did we?
You said roll what?
a dex saving throw.
Okay.
All right. In this order, you all are shot out of the train engine cart and through the air as the train begins to dive down in a snaking nosedive. Amaranth, with the highest dex saving throw, you manage to catch on to the edge of the coal train, followed by Mr. Fox, who catches onto the roof of the casual cart that Miss Gracie and Miss Crowsbark was in. And then Danny, with our lowest roll, you happen to catch onto the roof of the dining cart. And you guys are all holding on as the train begins to plummet down towards the ground. There is this whinny
We're gonna die.
in the air. And yeah. So, time to reap the consequences of your actions.
Yay! I think for rule of funny, because it's Fox and he would just faced with this immediate tragedy crisis, he's like, I'm beginning to see why he didn't want to stop the train.
You think?
And he's like feeling the plummet, and he's like, I really shouldn't have eaten those fish bones.
Oh my god.
I don't even. Can Fox try to like crawl inside? Like
You can try and crawl inside. I will tell you, there are little ridges on the top of the train cart you can crawl against too.
Okay, good.
So however you wish to handle this. Your goal is just to stop the train from falling.
Yep.
Danny's still holding the broken brake part, or
Yep, you are
The
holding the
lever.
the broken handle of the brake. Which,
Don't let
that
her
may be a problem
go.
too.
Yeah.
stick that up there, like pronto.
Does anyone have mending?
Does anyone have any glue?
Wait, let me look through my spells. I think.
Does Amaranth have mending?
Oh,
Oh no.
she has prestidigitation.
No. Well, to make some spark, make it at least we'll go down in some exciting fireworks. Anyway.
I will tell you, while there are logical ways to solve this, as this is a shenanigan games, I am all ears for how you wish to.
Hey, she does have cure wounds though.
For the train?
Actually,
Yes.
that would work.
I mean,
Correction, it would not necessarily work in the way you're thinking, but I can logic it out in my brain enough to accept it so that we don't have player deaths. So this is kind of a live or die situation. I can make exceptions.
we'll just get better.
Oh my god!
Get better.
You just hold the handle to the thing. You're like, get better, please
get better. Please get better.
Amraph's like
there
Amraph's
is
gonna what?
Continue.
Okay, so Amrath is going to announce to Fox and Danny that she has a cure wounds a spell that she had learned a few years ago.
Well, that's
And that
great.
she's going to try it on the train.
Do you think this train can get its wounds cured? Is it alive? Is that why it eats oats?
I'm starting to think that's why.
They're like, that's the best logic that I could come up with as well. So let's do it.
I will tell you, you're going to have to get the handle there. So you all are going to have to make your way back to the engine somehow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fox
The
is
person who has the
gonna try to
handle is
crawl.
currently the farthest away.
No.
Dang it, Danny.
So you all can make dexterity, acrobatics, strength, however you wish to argue it. Based on what you roll, we'll just decide how you manage to make it back.
Okay.
You say acrobatics?
So,
I have a very
acrobatics is better than dexterity.
That's
That's acrobatics.
wow.
That's acrobatics.
Wow.
All right. You manage to grab, especially because you're the closest, so you don't have the little ridges to hold on to and crawl against. You manage to grab it, and you flip over the side and put your hooves against the inside of the fuel card and push against it and manage to roll into the engine where you grab onto one of the handles on the side and you've made it back to the engine as it free falls. Danny, you also managed, what was that roll for? I must ask.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics? You managed to almost swing. You kind of let go a bit and you push off with all your ability as you kind of fly through the air, and you manage to streamline yourself enough that you actually go a little faster than the train until you reach the engine, and you also grab one of the handles and hold on. And Mr. Fox, you are our only remaining member who has not made it back.
Yeah. I think he's gonna try to fling himself up too.
Alright. Just roll and tell me what you're rolling.
He's gonna do acrobatics. Or no, athletic. Can I do athletics?
Yeah, you can do athletics.
I bet he athletics.
Just made the saving throw. Just made the saving throw. You managed to pull yourself. Since it is athletics, you managed to pull yourself and kind of push your feet. And while the others did like these fancy little tricks to kind of streamline, you just make it there through like just endurance and trying your best. And there's like this dramatic scene of you crawling across the train cart with the wind blowing, like kind of like you're in a snowstorm of some sort as the fog is no longer there. So it's just this really awkward, just crawling against the thing with the wind until you manage to crawl yourself into the engine and grab onto the third and final handle, and you are all back to the engine. It is still falling though.
I think
And the
also
ground
just
is getting very close.
oh no. I think also before he crawls, probably one of the first things he does, with no explanation, is he unclips his tail and puts it in his hammer's face so it doesn't accidentally come off while he tries to climb.
I love this so much.
And then he just arrives at the engine and just not phased at all by that, just not gonna say anything about that.
The eyes are just
I'm
like, we
not
don't.
just gonna stare for a bit before he snaps back to attention. Okay,
We don't speak
Danny,
about this.
put the handle on the brake, and I'm gonna touch it and sing, hum the
He
Cure
figures out
Home song.
and he sticks it against it like, alright, go, 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 go. It's on there.
Okay, so Amaranth's going to touch it, and oh, please work.
All right. We'll just say you cast it.
D8 plus
Let's see how much.
spellcasting ability modifier.
Let's see how much you help.
I think that's a 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck.
Oh no!
Danny also has cure wounds, just so you know.
I will tell you, I did not need you to even roll for healing, but wow, that just gives me some idea on flavoring how it looks.
It's backwards.
It's upside down.
You managed to work together to hold on. I'm guessing Mr. Fox is probably like making sure you guys don't fly away as you do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you managed to. Danny holds it down while Amaranth casts a spell, and you hear this loud whinnying as the train begins to pick up, and it sounds a bit different now that it's starting up. It sounds almost like the sound of clippity clop before it turns into that usual sound of chugga 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 as this fog begins to roll out again, and you watch the ground get so close before suddenly it yanks up and evens out with the ground, and you guys are shooting forward, and when you all three slam into the ground as the train begins to shoot back up towards the sky. And as you slam into the ground, you let go of the handle, and it is very barely connecting, but it has managed to right itself during the cure wounds. It seemed to have moved on its own that time.
Well, shit. What do we do now? We can't do that anymore. Rune, let's not do that again, okay? Oh, God.
It's gonna
Agreed.
wait, guys, we're close to the ground right now. Like literally, if we have a shot, we need to take it right now.
You
Maybe.
actually have shot back into the sky. I will tell you that now.
Oh,
Very
damn it.
quickly, you would have. I will tell you, it did very quickly gained air again. And even if you had jumped, you were like over like a lake.
Oh.
Just our luck.
So you have shot back in the sky. The train very quickly righted itself with a
Right.
renewed favor.
Well, we gotta do something else now because I'm pretty sure people have noticed that, and I'm probably gonna come up here and investigate what happened. And
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Just need a moment to think. Also, he takes his tail back out and puts it on. Just well, damn. Oh, I put it in his hammer space. I probably need to roll. Oh shoot!
Yes, you do. You do. Okay,
Oh, good.
you get it out.
Okay.
You get it out.
Whew. Okay. Okay. Good.
That would have
Okay.
been real
Good.
funny if that didn't. You hear, however, before you can keep discussing, you hear the sound of very angry rattling of bones.
Oh boy.
Of
Okay.
all the just beings which have ever crossed my path. And you see Mr. Bones just kind of shimmying across the side very aggressively. He's just yanking himself until he stands. You not only ignore me, you not only raise awareness to every passenger on this train that you living people are on it, you then pull the brake on this proud piece of transportation and almost send us plummeting to the ground. For what?
to get
We
off.
wanted to get off this train.
It's not die.
You.
To be
We
fair,
were gonna stay in place.
one of the passengers was very unhappy, and I cheered her up.
Thank you so much for that, Mrs. Crowsbark. I would have been in much trouble if Mrs. Crowsbark arrived upset. Thank you very much. That does not change the fact that you have made us almost late. You have managed to wreck the entire train. It's a disaster. The passengers are distraught, and we're at the end of the line. He looks over your shoulder, and he's looking and he's like, "Oh God, we're at the end of the line. We're almost there. Oh God. You three touch anything, and I will personally make sure you meet your fate." And
He was
he
reaching for the
begins
brake
to,
while he was saying that, and he like puts his arm back down.
and you watch as Conductor Bones begins to pull multiple handles as the train begins to slowly get lower to the ground, and you can look out if you wish. We are reaching the final destination. The moon is reaching high.
Amrath's gonna hesitate to look out.
As you,
Yep.
We'll do the same.
ooh,
Ooh.
delicious
Not
rolls.
20.
That's a nat 20. Oh, that's a nat. You are right. That is a nat 20. Delicious.
Oh, okay.
Followed instantly by the 3. By the 4. Okay. Mr. Fox and Danny, you notice this. I'll say that Amaranth notices, but Danny has to point out. The train is very quickly going down towards a gnarly forest covered in smoke. But as you begin to descend through the smoke and through the clouds, you notice a large manor in the distance getting closer and closer and closer. And Conductor Bones is just rapidly pulling everything, is talking to the train, is just trying his best to take care of things on his own. And you start to notice a lot of ghosts in the courtyard as the train begins to slowly make its way down, and with a rattle, it hits the ground. And there's this creak as he pulls the brake, and it breaks in his hand, and he just looks at you guys.
That is
Picking her wounds again.
Not,
we didn't do that.
he looks at you before he just doesn't mention it and goes back to pulling everything. And you start to notice that as the fog clears, you are approaching what seems to be a festival. As the
What?
train comes to a complete stop, and he looks and he says, "You three, wait right here. If you move again this time, like I said, I will personally make sure you meet your fate." And he is off, and he quickly hops off the train as it comes to a stop and runs down to the end where he starts letting off other passengers. And you may process this information as you will.
There was a festival?
Fox is just kind of standing there.
What? Amaranth's just like kind of angry.
Mostly confused. Like, wait, huh?
You're still surrounded by ghosts. It is the end of the line. Nothing has been proven wrong by what they said.
Oh.
You notice Conductor Bones helping everyone off the train. He first helps off Mix Gracie and Mrs. Crowsbark, who instantly run off to to a group of ghosts in the over in the side who are very fancily dressed, and they all begin to chatter excitedly. Which he then also lets off the Flint and Locke, who are still bickering, of course, who start to bicker more and more until each of them sees the dining area of this event and rush over there, still bickering, of course. And then finally, he starts to walk up to you. Now, before I do, I need to. Why would you do this? Do you see what I could have been fired? I could have been fired, and it would have all been because none of you were willing to listen to me or be patient. I had my way of handling this. I was going to take care of this. I had this completely under control. He's still lying. And this would have been completely taken care of, and I cannot rattle in bones.
Sorry.
Is that how we speak to guests here? And you see Bones freeze as this lady approaches from behind him.
What?
Now, I understand something must be going wrong. But I cannot believe this. Oh, has it been a bad night? Has it been a bad night, I'm guessing. And, he starts to, words. He kind of freezes and he relaxes and goes, I'm so sorry, madam. I did not mean to let them on the train. I'm so. Bones, take a deep breath. Everyone arrived here on time, did they not? Yes, madam. So everything is taken care of. Now, you three, what are you doing here? I don't think I remember inviting you to my Animus party. Of course, the guests are always welcome, but, well, the living aren't normally too excited to come here to my manor. But of course, we always have room for more.
Can I tell the truth this time, Fox?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, so we won these tickets, and we mistakenly boarded this train because he told us, this little toon told us to. But we thought we were gonna die on our way here at the end of the line.
Oh,
We
Yeah.
didn't know. We didn't know that there was a
Oh.
festival.
Oh, dearies, I'm so sorry. Nobody explained to you. And she turns to Bones, who is sweating despite being skeleton. You didn't. Of course you did. You never. We have to work on your people skills again, don't we? Okay, it's all right. I understand. I know it's been a couple years since you last were living. You forgot. I did not forget a thing. You forgot, Bones. It's okay. I don't judge you. Why don't you go get some coffee? Why don't you go get some coffee? We had extra. I had extra prepared for you. It's in your favorite little mug, the one that does the little fog, the one that does the little fog. You go take care of that. And Bones lets out a sigh and goes and takes off and says, "I'm so sorry for the confusion. I should have handled it better. I'm gonna go get my coffee." And he walks off with the heaviest sigh. As
Emra smiles at him and places a hoof on his shoulder if she can. She's short. And smiles. It's okay, Mr. Bones. I mean, this was kind of funny when you think about it.
He gives a chuckle and goes, it will be funny, and I will be hearing about this for the rest of my afterlife, most likely. But it was, I guess, humorous and a bit exciting. I haven't felt that alive since when we were falling, since, well, the time I died. Gosh, it almost made me feel like I had flesh again. And he walks up with that comment. We're going, oh, wait, madam, maybe you can figure out who these belong to since he wrote them, and hands her the 3 tickets he never gave back, and goes off to get his coffee.
I think Fox just calls after him. Maybe next time our death certificates won't get lost in the mail.
Oh my gosh, Chloe, I'm going to. Chloe, my beloved.
Danny was gonna say something, but then the sensation of him falling, it catches up to him. He's gonna say something. He coughs, and then he gets kind of gross, but he coughs the fish bones back up.
Oh gosh.
No, he just gives them all a thumbs up, just like, yeah, I agree with whatever you guys were talking about.
The lady places a hand over her and goes, "Oh my dearie, have you not eaten? I'm sorry, we don't stock the train with food for the living for obvious reasons. Speaking of which, one second, I just realized Bones probably forgot." And she walks over to the train and gives it a nice, gentle pat. And slowly the engine transforms into 8 stallions who give a little neigh before she gently unharnesses them, and they all run off towards a stable in the distance. She's like, "Sorry, Bones must have been so stressed he completely forgot to let them go. Anyways, thank you. So sorry once again. Thank you all for obviously not doing anything too drastic, I hope. But
No! It was quite the
we would
smooth
never
ride.
do this type of thing.
let me look at those tickets of yours." And she looks at the tickets she's been handing and goes, "Of course it's those 3. They always get a little nervous around this time of year. They're a little shy. I really wish they had showed up, though. I really do adore And then you hear, Madam Phantom! Madam Phantom! And you see, because none of you decided to check the caboose of the train, the 3 ghosts who ran into you earlier running from the very end of the train. Madam Phantom! And the one in the lead, thanks to Chair for this art, runs up to the front and goes, "Madam Phantom, we are so sorry. We will never do this again. We got a little bit of cold feet. It happens, and we are so sorry. We are so please have patience with us. Darlings, I know you get scared sometimes. It's understandable. You get nervous performing in front of the crowd. Yeah, we do. And the three ghosts kind of rub their necks nervously. Like, we tried to get back on the train in time to make up for it, but by then it already left. And we know we shouldn't have switched with the living, that it would cause confusion, but we got stressed. We panicked. I shouldn't have done. We shouldn't have done it. We're so sorry. I take the blame. I personally take the blame. Hattie, stop it. And the Hatbox Ghost grows quiet. And the lady Madam Phantom, as she was referred, goes, "All right, you three. Have we learned our lesson?" "Yes, ma'am." "Are we going to do this again?" "No, ma'am." "Then all's good. Why don't you go set up? Everyone loves the Grim Grinning Ghost trio, okay? You guys can perform your song later." And they nod and go, "Okay, thank you. We're so glad to be invited. We missed you." And they rush off as Madam Phantom is finally able to talk to you. He goes, "I am..." At least that explains what happened. Gosh, those three. You gotta love them. Bit new to the afterlife. I've only been dead for about a couple 50 years, but it's patience. It takes time to come to complete terms, and they were always nervous in the previous life. I remember hearing a couple of their shows. Once when I snuck off from this manor. Don't tell Bones, he would be quite upset with me. And she gives a little giggle, goes, "Anyways, you three, I should probably thank you for not burning down the train or hurting any of my poor stallions. I love them all dearly. Here we go. I could hand you this, actually." And she reaches into her hammer space. I roll a quick D10, just because. If I can get my thing to work, of course. That's the wrong... I rolled wrong.
Exclamation point first.
I thank you. I'm like, something is wrong about this. Okay, good. And she pulls out 3 of these. If it will load for me. There we go. And hands 1 to each of you.
Ooh.
Here we go. Specially made by me. This will allow you to act like the dead a bit. It's not much. It's mostly a little party trick, but I've heard that mortals really like these things.
Fox is enamored with it. He loves it.
Daddy's just like, finally, I can fake my death.
Oh my! Oh my god!
No, and then he realizes he said that out loud, and he's like, I mean, a pretty trick, of course. Yeah.
Madam Phantom gives a giggle and goes, "Well, if you ever do die," and gives a little wink, "you're always welcome to stay here. My manor's always open to any of the afterlife, though it's not, I will admit, it's always this busy, even though we don't have all our residents here. A lot of them leave for the Animus season. Go visit their own hometowns, But we can fit 999 people here. Well, technically 1,000, but I'm one of them, so I say 999. But they're all a bunch of happy haunts.
Well, thank you. I wasn't expecting to so welcome.
Well, it's the least I can do, since, based off what I've gathered, you weren't supposed to be here, you were supposed to be going somewhere else, and most likely you've missed your train. So, I guess I can offer you to join in our festivities. It's, Animus celebration, and the living still do celebrate Animus, correct?
As far as I know.
Good. Sorry, it's a bit disconnected from the living world. Been about over 100 years since I died. Traditions change. It's hard to keep track of all of them. And she gives a little laugh and goes, "Anyways, in that case, then, feel free to wander around. I'm here to talk. You can probably catch up with the others or meet other people. Either way, enjoy." And I, as a DM, will tell you that is all of the puzzles. If you want to interact with anybody, you are completely free to, or we can end it. I'm good either way. I have a bunch of shenanigan ghosts, including the 3 runaway ghosts, as I've fondly nicknamed them, or any of the passengers you met, or even Mrs. Madame Phantom or Rattle and Bones. Or we can, like I said, we can end it. Up to you guys, the players. I'm giving you free reign for right now.
I'd like to join the festivity.
All right.
Because they signed up for a vacation. I mean, Amaranth signed up for a vacation. She's going to get a vacation.
And a vacation you do get, for this is quite the lively party, despite the fact that they're all dead. These ghosts have brought things from all over. You see you see a section where it's just set up to have like little like booths where like a couple of ghosts are selling some ghostly items. You realize you probably can't use any of them just based off looking at them. They're very obviously ghost oriented. Like one is temporary materialization cream. So that you can blend in with the mortals.
That's so good.
Another one has another one is a floating board, which is a board you can hold that allows you to float a little taller. That one looks a little questionable because there seems to be very faint wheels on it, but it's probably a real floating board.
Of course.
Of course. And you also see, though, there is, of course, the giant dining area, which has a bit more living food on it than the actual train cart did. That is where the that's where Flint and Locke had actually gone to. You see a couple of ghosts just chattering. There seems to be some games going on. Most of all, it's almost like those really big family gatherings you see in like movies. It's that kind of energy mixed with like a fair or a festival. Like it's like a giant festival. Everyone's just having fun.
It's a good time. I think Fox is going to, just in general, for the rest of the festival, gonna first go get a drink because he is parched. And then he's gonna just wander around and talk to people. He's very interested in getting everyone's stories and figuring out who people are. But he's also dropping really, really bad dad jokes, ghost dad and death-related dad jokes with terrible puns about about resting in peace and things.
I love him so much. I will tell you, half of the jokes find it to be the funniest thing ever. The other half look at you with the most serious look. They don't break a face.
Good.
They're just staring. It's almost like perfectly split down the middle. Actually, it's like a 50-50. It's almost like nobody could decide on what plan they're going to go for this. This is totally not a dig at anybody at any certain ride.
So Amber's going to go to Madame and ask if she can use the kitchen. She's going to bake stuff.
Why, of course. We have all, well, I will admit our ingredients are more on the dead side. I don't think you particularly cook with any form of art, but I believe, where are they? And she points to a baker in the distance, and like, I cannot remember their name with my life, but if you talk to them for a bit, I know that they like to hang out around the living. They're adventurous like that. And they might have a few ingredients you could use. And so points you off in that direction.
She goes pronking to it.
That's so good.
Hey, Danny. He goes to the food tables and he's just like, "Hey guys, you want to see this trick I know how to do with some fish bones?"
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
Yes.
This is brilliant.
I mean, he's gonna do some other stuff. He's gonna like, mingle. He's gonna talk. At one point, he just sees this. He sees a wanted poster of himself. He's just gonna casually tear
Oh.
it down, wad it up, and stuff it in his mouth and swallow it whole.
Oh.
He's like Kirby. My goodness.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
And he's like, I am going to regret this later.
That's good for me.
Then with Amaranth, after she's done baking, she's going to hang out with the runaway ghosts. Because they're performers like her.
They are in fact performers. For trademark reasons, I cannot sing the song they sing, but they actually don't have any instruments. They are a cappella, almost like a barbershop group, but instead of 4, there's only 3 of them. And they begin
the
singing.
other one hasn't died yet. I'm just kidding.
And they're still waiting on that 4th member. They start to sing a little haunting little melody, and they are just enjoying their life as well. And that they are performing. I will roll actually see how well do they perform. I'm gonna roll just a straight d20 because I don't have sheets for them. They do very well. They are. You can tell once, like the moment they get those like nerves gone, they start just singing, and like a crowd actually forms around them, and you can tell they're actually kind of popular here in the living. I mean, not in the living dead. Opposite words.
Yeah,
I can form words. I promise.
we got it. You good? Yeah, Fox is absolutely jamming out to their song. Not fully. He's restraining himself unless someone else starts dancing, but he's gonna like have his glass of whatever he's drinking, probably cider if he can find it, and just kind of be like moving along.
You can find cider.
Oh, good. Because otherwise he's gonna pull out his vinegar, and nobody wants that.
I remember the vinegar.
You actually start seeing a good amount of dancing, but they're all different like time period styles. You got some of the 60s dancing, some 20s. You got some people who are straight up ballroom dancing out here on the grass. Classical. There's one person doing like interpretive modern. They're just having fun. The ghosts are enjoying their life.
Yeah, Fox is gonna join him then. Fox is gonna join. He definitely has a very Fred Astaire dance style. But yes.
Can you roll to see how well Danny dances? It's been a while.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's just me.
Oh. I'm gonna roll too. Amaranth's gonna dance.
Can I please sit? Wow, that's a nat
20.
That's a 5 followed by a nat 20. Please tell me Mr. Fox starts dad dancing. Please tell me Mr. Fox starts dad dancing with that roll.
Yeah, he does. Do you know, I don't know if y'all have seen Falcon and Winter Soldier, but Zemo does this dance where he just like pumps his fist very, very awkwardly in front of him. Like, not just like in front of his chest and just kind of rocks back and forth. It's kind of a meme. Yeah, Fox is doing that.
Oh my god.
And not only is Amaranth dancing, she's singing too with the music that's going on in the with the runaway ghost. She's singing with them.
Oh, I love that. They actually definitely allow you to join in as a 4th member, and you all start to do a just haunting little song. And everyone's just having fun. It's a party. There's good energy everywhere. Good vibes.
Takes a step to dance, trips, and falls flat on his face.
We hold so gently.
Fox picks him up.
He just lays there.
Oh
no!
For a minute, for just a few minutes.
Fox spots him across the dance floor and goes and picks him up and starts dancing with him.
Oh.
It's those fish bones.
There. It was worth it.
It was. I would say in addition to like dancing and joining in, he's probably like gonna go around and probably start asking some of the guests if they've seen like certain people. It's like members of his family, obviously. You
Roll
know,
investigation, because I don't know, but
I
we'll let
mean,
the die decide.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that no, not
Okay,
one of them has seen it.
interesting. Interesting. I'm logging that as a person invested in this character now.
Yes.
I would say he looks both a bit relieved and a bit scared.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
there's a couple of ghosts that actually try to like comfort you about that, but yeah, nobody
They
knows.
probably don't want
Nobody's.
to hang out with me anyway.
Oh.
Yes, but I guess if you rolled something on him, I don't know where. You could probably see that he's probably not really telling the whole truth behind like his reasoning for like asking about, you know, deceased relatives.
Oh boy.
oh.
Yeah, probably like a story for another day, but yeah,
That
you
sounds like
get
an
a bit of
FPS.
lore.
Everything's
Really
fine.
invested in the
That's a lot to
character.
unpack. We don't have time to unpack all that.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. It's a party. Why would you want to unpack that?
Exactly.
So,
He goes back
oh
to
yeah,
his fish bones.
hmm?
I said he goes back to his fish bones.
Oh,
And I'm sure there's some cake and other stuff that he would also like start like just wolfing down.
Good.
so, so Amaranth, after she finishes singing she goes back to the bakery. No, I mean not to the kitchen. Brings out tons of food, leaves the food, and goes off to find Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones, is leaned up against a table with his coffee in his hand, and it's shaped like a little train. And every time he takes a sip, little fog smoke comes out of like the end of it as he like breathes on it, and he's just smiling at it
Oh,
as he takes another sip of the coffee. And he sees you, and
oh.
he gives you a silent look as he stiffens and goes, "Hi, hello."
Well, I just wanted to apologize for our actions.
Well, thank you for that. I admit I did not handle the situation correctly, so I can say truce. And he stands a bony hand and he goes, no hard feelings. The dead shouldn't hold grudges.
Yeah, I agree.
And he
You want to
shakes
come? Oh, oh, sorry. Go on.
I was just gonna say he shakes your hoof. No, you go though.
Okay, so, Amaranth invites him to join the festivities because she baked food.
He gives a smile and goes, maybe in a bit. I'll be honest, I pulled a long shift for that. Our first members of the passenger, and he points at Mix Gracie and Mrs. Crowsbark in the distance, got on about 20 hours ago. I'm probably going to be taking my rest in a bit, but I may join you. Let me at least finish this cup of coffee.
Okay, then. I'm looking forward to see you there.
He gives a smile.
Darn it.
And he actually does seem to be actually happy. And he goes, I look forward to seeing you again. And hopefully, once again next time, it's while you're still alive. He gives a little chuckle at his joke as he takes another sip of his coffee.
Just grins and hi, Sunnies. Like, yeah, hopefully it's while I'm still alive.
First, I rolled for stealth because Daddy was like gonna go apologize as well, but he like didn't want to startle him. But like I think he failed that.
Oh no.
Amaranth leaves and he takes another sip and he just hears the faint sound of breathing behind him and jumps like 5 feet in the air, and you like see the bones like separate before clattering back together. It's like this very funny scene of going to, and he goes, "My coffee! You almost made me spill my coffee!" He looks back, just distraught, and goes, "Yes, you, the one who tried to crawl out the window. What is it?"
Say Danny's like hanging down from something, kind of like, you've seen like what house, like, a certain superhero with spider powers, like kind of hang. He's just kind of like that behind him. Just like,
Imagine Bones is just staring up at this with like little like glowing pupils. Like, why?
it's just want to say I am very sorry. I was actually the one who pulled the break. It was kind of my idea, so if you were gonna be mad at anybody, it should have been me.
He starts to say something before he lets us know. He goes, I won't be mad. I understand the living want to stay alive. I don't quite see why. I think death is quite nice, but I understand that feeling is not shared by many, and it has been brought to my awareness by a certain boss of mine while you all were dancing that my wording and implications may have concerned you. So perhaps I should have handled things better. So I'm not upset with you or mad, and as long as you're not upset or mad with me for accidentally making you think you were going to die.
Daddy gives him another thumbs up. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about that part. I'm used to that."
There is concern in
Oh.
there is concern in the skeleton's eyes now. Okay, you may need to talk to Madame Phantom. I am obviously not the best at people skills. She is very good at that. And that is a very concerning statement for a lot of reasons. Even I can see that's concerning.
Choco is like, "Oh, like, well, like I said, parents always said I was special. Actually, that was a lie. Only my mother told me that. My father was probably the one who made it sound like I was gonna die every time I spoke to him. Anyway, no hard feelings. Alright, I'm gonna go back to enjoy the festivities." And then he just kinda like zoops back up. Like just kinda like a spider would. Just disappears.
Concern. There is only concern in the skeleton's eyes now. Once again,
Yes.
I bring that quote back. Now we don't have time to unpack all that because
Daddy's probably not even sure how he did all that.
rule of funny.
Yes,
Yep.
real funny.
This game is under the property of rule of funny. You thought I was a
Good.
DM? No, rule of the funny is the DM. I am simply being possessed by them.
Fitting.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys have anything left, say so now. Make your final goodbyes. Or interactions. But I feel like the end is near.
Yes.
So, any final goodbyes or statements or activities, or shall I wrap it up?
No,
Dad?
yeah.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
I just think Fox is having a good time. That he's just enjoying himself. He loves being the center of attention, so walking around as a living toon in the midst of all these ghosts, I'm sure that he's getting a lot of looks, and he is
getting all
absolutely
the
relishing in that.
He's all the looks. There's at least 5 people whispering at a time.
He is not hesitating to try to take the spotlight and I mean kindly. He does have people skills to a point. But he will tell them stories
I love
and
you so
entertain
much.
them.
And they do enjoy that. These ghosts are all good-hearted in the end.
Good.
All right. Well, in that case,
Amaranth's also enjoying herself. She's playing her lute after they've finished performing, if they have. And she's generally smiling because she made a lot of people smile even after the mess up.
Yeah, you do actually make a lot of people smile. A lot of people really enjoy you, and you get a lot of people complimenting you after you. And there's even one person who hands you a business card, like, "Hey, if you ever die, call that number." And yeah, I was about to say, you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say is you go. Sorry.
Danny's like, he grabbed more food. He's got the cake piled high, and he's eating it. And it's just kind of stops, and he turns to the other two, and he's like, "So, are we taking the train back to where we, back to the station, or how are we getting out of here?"
I assume it must leave at some point. I would like to be on it when it does.
Danny's like concerned. He's like, "Do we have to go back onto the ghost train for the dead?"
You hear a rattle of bones as Conductor Bones appears behind you. He goes, and he's finished his coffee and he's now eating a piece of cake very casually. And he goes, "Yes, you will be hopping back on the train, and you know you will not be dying at the end of that line. Disclaimer there now. I have to add that now. And it will all be fine. Even though you don't have a ticket, it'll be fine. I will let you on, and I can drop you off at any train station you need." And then he walks off to go dance as he eats the cake. And he does like this really awkward like shuffle as he eats the cake.
Yeah.
And
Just
with
I think Fox just looks at the two of them and, you know what? That turned out to be a pretty okay vacation after all, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so too. In fact, I know so.
It was kind of an unexpected vacation for me. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I took the train because I was trying to get away from the authorities, but this turned out better than what I thought it was going to be.
Fox just stares.
Danny? Amber upstairs too.
I've learned from experience not to question that.
all right, well in that you go. No, you go.
Sure, nobody noticed the wanted poster that he ripped down and kind of devoured.
No, not a single person.
Nope.
Nope. Good. All right, he's done.
We all good?
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
Yeah.
I think that's a wonderful note to end on. Actually, you are all partying. Flint and Locke managed to stop arguing long enough to awkwardly start dancing with each other on the dance floor. Mix Gracie manages to take Mrs. Crowsbart's hand and leads her on the dance floor, and they begin dancing very elegantly in like this beautiful dance. They actually get a little crowd around them. Rattle and Bones stands there, awkwardly shuffling, even once the cake is done. He's just rattling those bones. Madame Phantom does not. Madame Phantom dances, but it's more because a couple of kids drag her on, and they start swinging around in circles as she laughs. And and you three all get to dance along until the very end, when you all board the train once more. You take your leave along with the original passengers. You probably get to talk to them a little bit, and individually, you get dropped off at whatever station you wish until the final one leaves, and you see this train disappear into the fog. And that is the end. Thank you all for joining me for A Ride to Die For.
Yay! That was so fun.
It was.
That was delightful.
Um,
Thank you.
oh,
Thank you.